Welcome back to possibly the final video that I'll post this year. I'm not sure, just have to kind of wait and see what the weather does. So far it's been really warm. It's like 80 degrees here today and the water temperature is still around between 58 and 60. I usually don't quit until it gets below 50, but you got rifle season, deer season coming up in just a few weeks, and just have to see how busy I am if I feel like going anymore before it gets too cold. This was filmed a few days ago. This is the 5th, and I was fishing back on the 3rd. My dad was originally supposed to come with me, but he got sick again, so I was by myself this time. Caught about 14 or 15, 3 or 4 keepers. I didn't measure all of them, but it seemed like all of them were just in a group. I'd catch 2 or 3, go an hour or 2 and not get a bite, and then catch 3 or 4 more, and then it'd be another dead area. I didn't catch anything for about the first hour that morning because I didn't get to start where I wanted to. The fog was so bad that morning I had to go 15, 20 mile an hour coming up the river, and then it got so bad I had to get off plane completely. You couldn't see from one side of the river to the other. That was probably some of the worst fog that I've ever been out in. But by the time I got my first fish on camera, you didn't really see it. It was kind of dissipated at that point with the sun coming out. I did pretty good as far as not losing any fish. I did lose one here later in the video, you'll see. And then I broke one off. It wasn't even a keeper. It was just my fault for not checking the line. There was a bad spot in the line as soon as I went to go set the hook. It snapped. That first hour, I pretty much just threw a buzz bait. I figured it with it being cloudy and all the fog that morning, no wind, and the water temperature still being 58. I've heard people catching smallmouth on a buzz bait in 50-degree water, so there's no reason I shouldn't have at least got some blow-ups on it, but it never happened. So I finally switched over to a swim bait, started catching a few small ones. As far as for what's coming up next year, I guess if I want to fish some tournaments, I'm going to have to start going to the lakes around here, because out of 2 different tournament trails that we usually fish, there's only 2 tournaments on the river. One tournament from one trail and one tournament from another trail. And if I remember correctly, both of them are in the fall. I know at least one of them is. I don't know about the other one, but yeah, it seems like the river's just dying off. There's less and less tournaments there each year, it seems like. Everybody wants to stay at either Summersville or go to Sutton or Stonewall. I really hate Stonewall. And that's just because I've only ever fished it 4 or 5 times in my life, and I don't really have a chance to get up there and learn it a whole lot because I'm solid 2 hours more, 2.5 hours away from it. The river, I'm 5 minutes away, so I half know what I'm doing out there, but I'd like to even fish some out-of-state tournaments next year. It just depends how things go. I got one division I'm wanting to get in as a co-angler. That first tournament would be at the end of February down in North Carolina, but like I said, we just have to see how things go. I'd like to fish all of them. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Got another couple minutes left in the video. I'm not going to talk the whole time, though. If you enjoy the video, please give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you don't mind. And hopefully I'll have better content coming out next year. Get me a better camera and get to fishing some more tournaments and get better with my editing. And if this is the last video for a few months, don't be surprised, I'll be back. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will see you next time.